boys? Welcome to Pub Chat here on the Shills, and we're going to start with a question of great importance, I think. So, you're feeling like you've been having a few too many beers lately, and maybe you should, get your act together. Well, what do you do to satisfy that, you just want to be sipping on something? That's right, it's whiskey. So, just
just change it up.
Yeah. Keep your priorities straight here,
Yeah. That's a big glass of whiskey.
Yeah, well, it's that whole Grover near and far thing, right?
Can I have a pint of whiskey, please? Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, so before the show, I grabbed a Mickey and a thing of pop. And in my freezer, I noticed I already had an airplane-looking bottle of Seagram's whiskey or whatever it was. I had bought Canadian Club. So I grabbed the airplane bottle first, and I put an ice cube in my glass, and I poured the airplane bottle in, and I was like, well, that's sad and pathetic, and I had to top it off with the Mickey just to make a real drink. I didn't know those things were so damn stingy.
Yes.
I'd sit there just pounding them back like, no, excuse me, but steward, stewardess, whoever, I'll take 5 at a time and come back every 20 minutes, like, come on. Yeah. If this thing crashes, I want to be chugging down, right? So,
Especially flying.
Yeah, well, I don't do flying well. The last time I flew was to go to Vancouver Island to buy a car. It was, I don't know, like 7 years ago, right? And I'm on the plane. It's like a propeller plane of all things, right? Like I'm going out to the plane, and I'm like, oh dear God, I'm never gonna get through this. Right?
Was the plane called the Spirit of St. Louis?
Yeah, I felt like the Cleveland Indians in the movie Major League, watching that plane come in. But so I get on the plane and we're taking off, and right away we're into some like nasty weather and the thing's jerking around and stuff. And I'm just white knuckling the chair arms, right? And the dude beside me starts talking. Oh, hey, you don't like flying much? It's okay. It's just turbulence and blah, blah, and so on and so forth. And I looked at him and I said, I'm not happy here right now. Could you please stop and just leave me alone? He was like, okay. And then when we got up and everything was smooth, I was like, dude, I didn't mean. And he's like, no problem. And meanwhile, I was like this close to just like, would you just fuck off? Like
it could be one of those. It could be one of those guys. Well, planes don't crash very often, and then, if they do crash, it's usually instant. You don't really feel anything. So it should be all right. Wouldn't
Let
worry
me
about it.
beat you to a bloody pulp for saying that, so I have something to cushion my landing. Shout out right away, Wayne, the sign. It's like, is it pronounced like the French River, which I'm not even sure how to say properly.
The Seine.
Yeah, but threw in a direct $20 tip before we went live there. And it was Happy New Year. So I think he just hasn't been around in a little bit, I got to get better at being able to...
got over the hangover.
Yeah, exactly. So welcome back to sobriety, Wayne, and get to the store.
Yeah, he says. Yeah. It's sane. Just saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh dear.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Being a Canadian, I do know a little bit of like French pronunciation, but I know Canadian French, so. When people from France come to Canada and they go to Montreal expecting to understand what other people are saying, they can't. It's, they might as well be speaking Latin to them.
Yes. Well, the thing is, you can say you in a really nice accent.
Yeah. There's a cool thing about Quebec French swearing. It's all heavily based on degrading things about the Catholic Church. It's quite funny. Some of their worst words, swear words, are literally just things about the church turned into nasty. It's funny. I can appreciate it.
The Pope smells like a hamster.
Yeah. Yeah. K and K in the chat there. That's one step above Cajun, Dawson. Yeah, very similar, right? You know, it's like French is a root language from 5,000 years ago. You know? Hey, we've got a member message in too. Scott Brisen? I don't think it would be Breezen. I'm not sure though. Again, I'm not the best at this. It's starting to sound like a really good dish from a restaurant, right? Or maybe he's the chef.
How would you like your brisson, sir?
Yeah. Chef specialty. A couple of big plus signs there. Slava Ukraine. Great to be with you. Great to have you, dude. And thanks for the message, too. Absolutely. There was a couple of things that I earmarked to actually mention, believe it or not. It's happened.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah. One of them's quite funny here. Let me get it up. No, I didn't mean that. But so
hold on, ladies. Hold on.
Yeah. I don't follow news sites based on, are they right-leaning or left-leaning? Because you figure news should be news, but it seems that some people have a tendency to lean to editorial style content that is more in line with their political beliefs. And as such, qualification here, as such, I think the National Post up in Canada is a little right, heavy right, like a little Fox Newsy now and then. I'm not really sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but here's the headline. What is the Trudeau government's crusade against pizza ovens all about?
What?
Yeah. This is what they're bitching about today, is that the Trudeau government is waging war against pizza ovens. And it all comes down to like a report from a news site, credible or not, who knows, that said the federal government is thinking about investigating the emissions that come from wood-fired pizza ovens and possibly high taxing them for it. And so
seriously?
Yes. So a couple of opposition people grabbed it and ran as if they could, fire up the troops with it, Trump style. And then the government body in Canada that regulates emissions from, cooking devices and stuff and whatnot said, no, we have no intention of doing anything of the such. So,
somebody's just like rattling the cages of everybody.
Yeah, literally, you got a small publication that's willing to take a bit of money from a big one to say, hey, you be the one to say it. And say it's a rumor, and then we can grab it and run with it because we can nail Trudeau with yet another thing. And it's all just political garbage,
Yeah. It's not the first time we've seen that kind of stuff going on. But yeah, that's kind of funny, really. I mean, I'd like to see, what's going to be their taxation on all the forest fires they have around there. But,
Yeah. So, but I mean, I'm not defending Trump or Trudeau, in any way. I'm not saying that I'm, politically aligned. To be honest, I'll vote for whoever has the better platform for the people and whoever slings the least amount of BS mud in the what do they call it when they're on the election trail, when they're campaigning, right? But I've said many times.
It is quite funny. It is funny, though, all the things that can be talked about. Oh, he's after your child's education. He's going to take away your pensions. You're going to have less money. But no, he's going to tax pizza ovens.
Yeah.
Oh, that will get them. That will get them going.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Greta Thunberg's coming for your pizza.
Yeah. I just, I mean, if it comes to the point where you are definitely one side of the political argument and you find yourself more or less disagreeing with the other side, you got to be who you got to be. It's not like I can tell you otherwise. But if you find yourself saying, yeah, sons of bitches about rumor crap like pizza oven taxing. You gotta chill. That's seriously. Whiskey. Make it your friend.
Whiskey.
Yeah. There you go.
Cheers.
Or a nice glass of wine, or as long as you're having multiple. Yeah. Or, strong amounts of reefer. Just, chill it.
Mm-hmm.
Slow your roll.
Yes. But I was going to say, a nice fat, cheap rolling tobacco. But Jesus Christ, that's not cheap anymore.
Oh my God. Up here in Canada, it's like, sir would like a pouch of tobacco and tubes to make cigarettes. Okay. And would you like to fill out these loan papers, please? It's, yeah.
Yeah, God, I remember when you used to be so cheap, but not anymore.
Yeah. Oh, there used to be a time, like some of the old movies, guy would go to jail and, they'd take all your clothing and stuff and give you the overalls and all that stuff. And then they would give you a bale of tobacco and a pack of rolling papers and some matches and,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you're in jail. Well, you must smoke. So here you go.
Yeah. Yes. Or we use it for trading as well,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, trade for pudding. Yeah,
I'm half considering giving up smoking, not because I want to give up, because I'm not a quitter, but it's like I thought it was just a complete waste of money. It just literally goes up in smoke.
take your average man who's been married for 40 years. Does he give up smoking and get divorced, or does he keep smoking and stay married?
Yes. It's going to have somebody to get him through the day. It's hard.
Yeah. That goes for the other side of the argument too, right? Anybody married together for 40 years should literally just be sitting there smoking cigarettes and pot and drinking all day just for the tolerance of the, end result.
Well, Kelly gave up smoking. She just decided to switch over to hating me more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's healthy. I take a lot of stress pills, but she's healthy. Yeah, not really. And I know, but the joke I mean, right?
Yeah.
Well,
the thing is, when she smoked, at least we had something in common.
Yeah. The need for an ashtray.
Yeah. Can you pass the tobacco over, please, darling? Yes, certainly, darling. Can you pass the tobacco back to me now? And now it's you stink. You smoking all the time, smoking out loud. You stinky old bastard. You look like a tramp. The house is a shithole. I hate you. Do you want a cigarette? Please have a cigarette.
That's too funny. She's going to get you one of those bubble kid bubbles for the living room, but so you can keep it in. She's not going to get one for herself to be, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just be behind a polythene wall in one corner of the house somewhere, with an airlock. Tell you what, I'm glad she doesn't watch this bloody show.
Yeah, too many ideas. Yeah. She could get a vacuum and 3D print a mouthpiece that's like this big and have a headset thing for it. And the vacuum's exhale goes right to another attachment that goes out the house. And then that way, if you want to have a smoke, you have to wear this vacuum thing. Yeah, it's not what you want.
Yeah. I'll do it like they did on For All Mankind, having their house sneaky cigarette, blowing it out through like the toilet tubes.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what people on like Greyhound buses imagine when they go in the bathroom. It's just going to go out, but it just literally goes into the bus. It's not a good idea. We had a direct donation comes in from Jonesy in the chat. And it's a $10 donation into the Boom Boom Fund. So thank you, Jonesy. In the fund it goes. Awesome.
Sorry, Sergeant Butchuck. Nothing for you, mate.
Well,
he's down to his last dumpster.
Well, I'm actually going to try to figure out a way of making it happen where instead of using the YouTube capture there under, right? So the last one is Scott's, right? We will use the stream elements capture that shows the direct tips and the super chats. Yeah, I think I've got an idea for it, right? I could also do it from Stream Labs, but Stream Elements is better because those are the people that offered us the sponsorships that we turned down. I mean, you never know. Maybe they'll offer us one that we could do, but I'm not going to sit here and go, can you imagine in the middle of the show? I just wanted to tell you, before the show, damn, it was so busy in my life. I really didn't have time to eat properly. So thanks to Fucker for, sending me some god-awful crap that was secured with dry ice and kicked around by 3 different postmen who haven't washed their balls in 4 days. I couldn't use their real name. Tonight we are sponsored
by HelloFresh.
Yeah. See, I didn't use the real name. No. Yeah. Now I got to call them up and tell them they owe me $20. But yeah, we have an idea on how we could do a few of these promotions and make it work for us and make it funny and whatnot and not obtrusive and annoying, right? But we don't have the leverage yet to make them even listen to the idea,
No. Not to mention the fact they've probably stopped asking.
Yeah, we're like the guy with leg calipers in Iron Man 3 that ended up being the bad guy later, right? We're standing up on the roof waiting for one of these sponsors to show up, right?
Yeah, one day. Who would be I don't know. Who would be sponsored by? I don't know.
But we've turned down 3 offers so far, so at least we can claim we have integrity on it.
Well, we've got to have integrity somewhere.
Yeah.
It's hard to find around here.
I just did a cleanup around the house and I didn't find any, but there's lots in Felix's room because he just doesn't know better. He is him. There's no way, right?
I think I lose all my integrity every time I wash my underwear and get rid of the little brown streaks off the back. That's what I think is where my integrity sits these days.
But that's not what a kitchen sink is for. I mean, even in a motorhome.
What, you mean the bath?
Yeah.
You call that the bath?
Yeah. I knew a guy who did his dishes in the bathtub once because everything was dirty and there was just no way of containing it in the kitchen. So he went to the bathtub to do it, and I was just shaking my head. No, there's bachelor level, and then there's college kid level, and then there's that level, right? Which is just right at the bottom. That's one. At that point, if you let things get that out of control, you should consider paper plates and stuff because you might as well.
Yeah, but they get soggy when you wash them.
Can you imagine you pull out a plate and it's got a short and curly hair on it? Oh,
especially when you got a Manscaped for Christmas, so it's not you. It's not yours.
Yeah. And you got a roommate.
Who's been in here?
Yeah, you got a roommate that's just shiftily looking at you out of the corner of his eye. Oh. Yeah. So don't be that person. Okay.
Excuse me while I... Ooh.
What was that all about? Oh. It sounds like he's running a pub in the background. Did you just have to serve somebody a drink? It sounds like you're running a pub.
Yeah, me.
See, now this is the argument then. If I was to get a bar fridge to keep my drinks in, like a few people have suggested around here, because I don't have to get up and run, it might sound like that. Right?
Yeah. That's right. There's nothing wrong with that sound.
People might think I'm the bartender from like The Shining or something and get themselves creeped out. So here's another one. Iran. They say that they have launched 3 satellites into orbit. Now, they have this rocket. The
best place for them.
Yeah,
all I can say.
Yeah. But hold on. They say that they finally have a successful launch of this Simorg rocket, right? Wait a minute here. Where is it? Yeah, and so the rocket, after a few failures and stuff, has finally launched, and they've launched satellites into orbit. Now, satellites is one thing, you know. I mean, this is Iran. I would personally prefer, with the regime that's running things and whatnot, and tensions in the Middle East, and all this hatred and stuff, that, you know, maybe they weren't. But the problem is, if you can launch rockets that launch satellites into orbit, you now have a viable platform for proper intercontinental ballistics and whatnot. Like, this is no joke. It's not just, oh, they're going to have eyes in the sky or whatever, blah, blah, or so on. It's, you know, what other payloads and how far and accurate can that damn thing be used? Because if you're launching things into orbit, you have good control over it, right? You're not just going, oh, I don't know, it went up in the air, right? It's not that simple, right? You know?
Well, I don't know. That's what the Ruskies did with Sputnik, basically. So
yeah, but it only made it around what, 3 times, right? We're talking about things that hit orbit proper and stay. Let's see if it does anyway. But, you know, this could lead to a situation where you've got an angry motherfucker in power and whatnot that could potentially have access to some serious stuff. And, you know, you got the growing thing with North Korea and so on, like this. And then you got the powers that be kind of gravitating towards Russia in some kind of Legion of Doom like group. The more of those that have the ability to launch massive payloads of nasty properly, that's just not good.
Yeah, but the Americans have got that, you know, Space Force. They got that secret space plane thing. Maybe they keep sending that up, and it's just basically full of like cans of aerosol spray, and it goes up to the satellites. It goes over the lenses, and
yeah, is that the ship that Seth MacFarlane flies around? No, that's the Orville, right?
What?
Okay, yeah. No, I'm just but. You know, Space Force. It's kind of funny. They should really have done a different name. There was a TV show joke about that and everything. But, you know, it's a point of concern, something to think about, right? You know, it definitely layers the and you like just the other day or yesterday, South Korea was talking about how North Korea launched a salvo of cruise missiles just off the coast and whatnot, kind of stirring the pot, right? So,
God,
yeah. You know, I don't mean to say that you should start teaching your kids duck and cover under school desks, because that was stupid. They might as well just look out the window and wait for it to happen. You know, let's be honest here, right? But
Well, North Korea did seem to have like an attitude of like, you know, if you got them, smoke them. You know, as soon as they got some like cruise missiles or something like that, you know, they go, oh yeah, let's go test them out, fire. Or what's left? Oh, I don't know, nothing. Oh, build more, bring more. We'll fire them off again.
Yeah.
So they might not actually have anything to play with. I don't know, but
well, judging by the way the country is lit up at night and stuff, I wouldn't bet that they have all kinds of cash to just keep making more and more. Like, you know, you can't, you know, so. But I'm just, you know, the more of them that have the ability and the more of them that start getting together and going, buddy against the West and so on. It's just, you know, we've seen this predicted in how many different science fiction-y war movies and stuff. It doesn't end well.
No, David N says in the chat, says, where's James Bond when you need him?
Yeah, right? Yeah, we need 007 to kill a couple of people and balance the playing field and make this happen, right? We're going to crowdfund for a special super feature Aston Martin DB car for James Bond. We're going to start that right now. So we're going to need
Well, we might start with an Austin Allegro, but we'll start there.
Yeah, but we'll do some body work on it with a little Bondo and stuff and make it real slick. Yeah, most people over here wouldn't know that car at all. I do because of Top Gear, right? But yeah, so we're going to crowdfund it. And, with missiles and all that stuff, we got to make like paper mache things.
Expensive.
Yeah. So it'll be like $40 million, right? Yeah. And then that way we'll have a car.
Well, we could do what they did in the old Bond movies, where you just basically put a load of flip switches on, all over the place, on panels and things. Just put a load of switches on them, and then you have to have one of those like label makers that that prints out what the thing does, and then just stick it on.
And a 9-volt.
That's as far as we have to go.
Yeah, and a 9-volt battery to light up the lights, right? Yeah. And somewhere a place to put a floppy disk, just because, right? High technology,
The thing about the Aston Martin, the old one where they had the old DB5, it had the little switch to throw oil out everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what the car did anyway. Talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was that switch was actually just to hide the fact that the car leaked like a sieve, right? Yeah, it was made in Britain, so
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's funny. Can you imagine if you tried to put out a Bond movie now and he had an oil slick button in the car? Greta Thunberg would just be like protesting your movie. Oh, it would be terrible,
Yeah. I mean, it's like you couldn't even like throw out little kind of like plastic Pokemon characters out on the road or anything like that, because oh no, look at him being put in plastic. He's just all those bullets that come flying out. Those bullets are just like contaminating the planet. Stop it.
Can you imagine James Bond with a Pikachu button on the dash?
Pikachu.
Yeah, it throws out a whole bunch of those weird big-headed toy things that come in boxes so that you trip and fall.
Oh yeah. What are they called again? Those bobblehead type things.
Yeah.
What they're called. And people go mad for.
I don't understand that. Every one of them looks the same until you look at the box and go, oh, that's so-and-so. Yeah, I get it. Like if you took them out of the box, it's just a bunch of people. It looks like somebody went crazy in the Nintendo Wii making Miis, right?
The funny thing is,
can you hear the song now? Boot, doo, doo, doo. Do 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 do
dum 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 do 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 do. Yeah, Animal Crossing. The thing is, it's funny is that they have these sort of like phases of people collecting stuff, and they become valuable. For a short amount of time. Yeah, you had those little fluffy dolls. I can't remember what they used to call them now. Little character things, but they went mad, and people were buying them. There were some that were actually super special.
The little treasure troll dolly things with the hair.
No. Well, but that's a similar thing. Yeah, it's a similar thing. But they become so valuable the Beanie Babies and stuff like that. They become like really, really valuable for a short amount of time. And those people will go bonkers.
Fucking evil Furby things.
Yeah. Oh well, they were never really valuable, but didn't happen in the same market. But you know what I mean? Though there's these phases of, and they just lose their value in years' times because no one cares anymore.
Yeah. If anybody knows the reference, if you can figure out how to get me one, I want a Bebo. It's a DC's Legends of Tomorrow joke, but I want Bebo. It's
Bebo loves you.
Oh dear.
Funny as hell.
Hey, talking to DC. Guess what I was watching the other day? No, you'll never guess. You'll never guess. Go on, never guess. No, you'll never guess. I was watching one of the old Adam West Batman movies. I know. I was laughing my socks off at it. It's so good. I really miss that what they've done to Batman.
Yeah.
And there was the Dark Knight and all this sort of serious stuff. Yeah. When you go back to Adam West.
Yeah, but
when he's running around the pier with the bomb, saying some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah, but
do you remember that scene?
Yeah, but in the comics he was never that way, and that's why comic people were all finally we have a darker Batman, because that's what it's supposed to be, right?
Rubbish. It was rubbish. But the thing is, what was great about it was he was a bumbling fool as well. He wasn't actually really good.
No. It was kind of like Get Smart in costumes, right? Or the Pink Panther, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was brilliant. Yeah, bring back the Adam West Batman, please.
Yeah. I do remember as a kid when the old Batman would come on. I didn't take it seriously even then. I knew it was supposed to be fun, right? But yeah. Danny DeVito did a really good Penguin in that Michael Keaton Batman movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost creepy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was creepy.
Yeah. Like just biting into a fish or something. It's just ridiculous, Yeah. Hey, super chat time. Tridents against Tyrants, Secular Sakai, who will be joining us on the Saturday Ukraine show going forward, super chatted in a cool super sticker, and it's the little bird dude. Oh, and he's doing thumbs up. I'll do 2 so we get fireworks instead of that thumbs up icon thing. There we go. Hey, thanks, buddy. How's it going? Yeah, Adam West is still my favorite Batman, followed by Keaton. There's an argument to be made for that, for sure. Like when they'd be walking up a building with the rope in their hands, but you could tell it's just the camera rotated and they're just walking on the ground.
There was just such the amazing things in that film, though. There was the bit where he's dangling from a rope ladder over the ocean, and they drop him down too far. And he comes up and he's got a fucking 13-foot rubber shark hanging off his leg. Yeah. And he's going, quick, Robin, hand me the anti-shark bat spray.
Yeah.
And on the helicopter, they got aquatic sprays, a rack of aquatic sprays. And Robin picks out the shark repellent.
Yeah.
And then Robin crawls down the ladder backwards with the helicopter just flying and hands Batman the spray to spray off this rubber shark. It's just, oh my God.
Yeah. The amount of Bat products that they had. I mean, poor Robin as a sidekick would have been walking around with this suit just covered in jars and flasks and little spray things and stuff,
so I'll tell you another bit that made me laugh my tits off was the bit when they got Alfred to drive the Batmobile. And Alfred's he's just wearing his normal clothes and his hat, but he's got like a tiny little black mask behind his glasses, which disguises nothing.
Well, that was about the same as the original Green Hornet that had what's his name, little kung fu master jumping around in it, Bruce Lee. He just had the little thingy, right? And that Clark Kent with the glasses. Come on, that's just insulting people, right?
That's funny.
Yeah, there is something to about that though. The camp of it is, it's appealing, right? It's fun. I need to refresh my drink, dude. Just give me 1 second here. I'll be really fast.
Yeah, it does seem to be that everybody just wants to be like gritty and serious on everything they do now, and it's like, we'll take this franchise, we'll take Teletubbies and we'll make it dark and gritty or whatever for the adult scene. It's like, okay, everything has to be dark and gritty to make it better. I mean, I'm not too sure that agrees. It takes a lot of fun. Out of the world, I think. Yeah, we could do with a bit more fun. Yeah, I'm lost. I'm speechless now.
You're talking about making it more gritty. So can you imagine when Harry Met Sally remade into a psychopathic killer thriller where they meet up and just go on a killing rampage? You know?
Well, it's like they did the remake of the Prince of Bel-Air.
Didn't they make it more serious?
Yeah, they made it serious and gritty.
And how did that go over? Is it still on the air?
Will Smith likes it. I don't know. I don't even.
He probably
know
gets a cut. He probably gets a cut, right? So of course he likes it. Oh yeah, it's great. I get $160,000 an episode, or you know.
But it's like, you do like a gritty, darker version of
Well, Archie's comics. They used to just hang out and do funny things, and now they're out solving mysteries or something, as if they're like, I don't know. I couldn't watch. I didn't even bother trying to watch that one. It made no sense to me.
Bring some fluffiness back into life.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I remember, Jughead was a moron, not somebody who could solve a mystery. Why else would you call him Jughead? It's just,
Well, maybe what we should do is take a real dark and gritty franchise and turn it into a nice fluffy one, like Hellraiser or something.
Yeah. Freddy Krueger in The Nanny.
The Exorcist.
Yeah. What's Jason Voorhees is the assistant, and it's some comedy movie where he's like Michael J. Fox, The Secret to My Success. He's the mailroom guy. That'd be funny.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It'd be easier writing the script because you could just make fun of it the whole time, right? And it would end up being like Hot Shots Part 2 or something.
Yeah.
Just get Mel Brooks in on it.
Oh dear, no, we want it to be funny.
Yeah. Well, there was a time, I speaking of Mel Brooks, History of the World, a second part to it is a miniseries that was released on TV, and I downloaded it and put it in the Plex server, but I don't have the balls to start watching it in case it sucks.
It probably will.
Oh, I bet he literally just signed a contract that said I get 10%.
I'll have to check it out. I'll have to have a look.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
I'm not hopeful. Because sometimes his shall we say, his string of comedy, it's just basically he's just hitting these typical comedy marks. It's almost like cut and paste sometimes, and just like it's just not really funny.
Yeah, well,
it's not funny.
He had a stinker with that movie Life Stinks. He was like a bad landlord that had to live like a bum for a bit or something, and it was just
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
No, I think there was 3 or 4 jokes that actually made you laugh in it. Yeah. That's never promising, Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah.
Mr. Brooks, we got you in this serious film. Yeah. Let's lighten it up a bit. Come on.
Yeah. Just shows up drunk. Woohoo! Here we go.
This could be the next Caddyshack.
I was just gonna make that comparison. You bring a few guys like Chevy Chase and Dangerfield in, and I guess this is the movie now. Let it go.
Yeah, you know what? If they did do that, it would have been great. I can guarantee it.
Oh yeah, would have come out with something funny then. This whole thing with Apple in the EU and the gatekeeper case about the App Store and whatnot, and yeah. So to appease the EU, this isn't a guaranteed, agreed, and final thing, right? Apple has this new solution that's garbage. Developers are flipping out about it because essentially you're going to end up paying the same, if not more. Like they got this new thing now where in the EU, if your app hits 1 million downloads, then it's going to cost you €0.50 for every download after that. And that's just a new fee. They've just decided to give it to you. And there's other things like you can put your own Pay Store in now to do like Steam games and whatnot, but Apple still gets a huge cut of it. So it's unbelievable what they've done. And you got to look at this. Never mind the argument about opening the App Store or this and that and whatnot, right? But okay, so you buy a computer. Imagine if your computer, if you're a Windows user, could only install apps from the Microsoft App Store and nowhere else. Do you?
Bit of a bummer if you got a Mac.
Yeah, well, again, right? But that would be a massive, do I really own it moment? Or should I be getting this cheaper because, subsidization, it's a locked in platform and stuff. Like, take that TV, for instance, where you get the TV free, but there's a second screen and it watches. And if you're there, it puts up ads and blah, blah, and the whole bit, right? They give it away for free, but they penalize you because of the BS. Well, if Apple was giving us the iPhone at a completely subsidized rate, but then locking it down and saying you can only use this stuff and blah, blah, and whatnot, okay, that makes more sense. But the iPhone blah, blah, Pro XL or whatever is well over $1,000 in Canada. And do you feel like you truly own it if you can't just simply download an app that you want, but Apple won't let on the phone? The developers made it so it will run on the phone, no problem. But you can't sideload like you can on like Android. Now, hold on. Let me finish, though. Let me finish. So I'm close to done. So now there is an argument to be made about this to security and stuff. If you're sideloading an app, do you really trust it to be safe? Whereas if Apple curates the app, it's going to pretty much guaranteed to be safer, right? So, I mean, shouldn't it be the customer's choice to just say, well, I only go to the App Store to keep it safe, or, oh, no, I go other places? Because that's how our computers and stuff are. And we own our computers, so we get the choice. Well, don't we own the phone? What? I don't buy the security wall thing because they don't lock our computers down. Same companies, right?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I mean, I think to some degree you got to consider how the Apple phone, or just use the Apple phone for instance, because it could be the same with anybody else's. But when the phone came out, it was a completely new operating system.
They were scared to let developers in just in case they could make it so your phone wouldn't work because it's your phone. You got to be able to call.
Well, no, that's not what I was getting at. I was getting to point out on their app store, you are getting software specifically for that device, and so therefore it's going to work on that device. If you was downloading it from anywhere else, it probably God knows what you could be doing.
Yeah. Oh, you got the wrong version because your operating system and blah blah. But that's the same in computers, right?
Yeah. Well, kind of.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think maybe a lot of it's probably stemmed from that originally, but now I don't know. They could be curating it a little bit too much.
Yeah, and I mean, Apple and especially Google with the Play Store have slipped and let a lot of malicious things through over the years. So this walled garden approach is not foolproof.
No, it's not. No,
right? If it was foolproof, that would be another thing to argue, but it's not. Right? And it wouldn't take long with the kind of developer open source communities of coders and stuff we have all through the world to have an open source vetted and verified list of cool, safe apps you can grab. And it would just be as safe as Apple's, basically. Well, that will evolve if it was allowed to happen.
Well, since you switched back to Mac, and yours like downloading software, you're not always doing it through the App Store, and you'll download some software, and then it will quite often lock you out. It will take you. You have to go to your system preferences and say, no, I do want to download this. It's not letting you. Okay, and then sometimes you get like another third wall saying, you can't use this software, but you can. It will allow you to click it and say, no, it's okay. I know what I'm doing. Right. And I don't care if it fucks things up. Yeah. So on the computer you do have that ability, although it still has a security thing there. Right. And then when you do install it, as Apple does, it checks the files to make sure there's nothing in it, that's malicious. Before it opens it up. So there are security things in place. So they could be doing a similar thing on the iPhone, iPad, or the Android phones or whatever. Yeah, here we had a request. I don't know what it's like on Android. Do you have to go through a particular app store, or you can just get it anywhere? Well,
Android has sideloading that you can unlock in the system settings, but by default they are closed, and just the Play Store or Amazon Store seems to be allowed, right? But hold on, we had a request, so request granted. But yeah, so I mean, I do believe that it would be no problem to open the platforms better and still have the walled garden for people who want it. It would be very easy in marketing to explain that, no problem. And I do believe that third-party people would fill the gap. Like, I don't know if you remember from way back in the dial-up modem days, but download.com was a very popular place where you could get trial versions and demos and open source and free to use. And cnet.com bought them and ruined it. But in the early days, it was a really good go-to spot for Mac and PC stuff. Yeah, PJ CNET remembers. Yeah, for sure. I just need 1 second here. Hold on.
Do you remember the days when it used to be about, you buy a magazine, you get like a CD or a DVD on the front of it, just like full of software crap. You'd stolen and threw away 5 minutes later because you didn't want it. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. And there was a really good point made by Linus Tech Tips as well on this topic. You got something like Steam, where, you might go to Steam 7 times over a 3-year period to re-download a game that's like 160 gigabytes in size, right? Because, your storage was only so big. What are you going to do? Well, Apple and their whole €0.50 to download after 1 million downloads is hogwash BS, because what's a huge game on an Apple phone or something? 2.5, 3 gigs? What's your average game size on an Apple device? 300, 400 megabytes? It's just, it's money grubbing. Now, I'm not picking on Apple completely. This is about the App Store. I have one of their computers. So does my son. He has one of their tablets. I have his old one. I have an Apple phone and an Apple Watch. You know what I mean? But
he's got a poster of a half-naked Tim Cook on his wall.
Well, probably. Well, I would have said his wife, but maybe not.
I didn't say which half was naked.
Yeah. But I just find it's too much based on we want our cut, and you're not getting around it no matter what. Whereas, why do you get a cut over everything that goes on the device? You sold it, I bought it. Let me install what I want. So it's one of those things, have a think. I think a lot of people agree, because if you want to, be safe and say screw it, you just use the App Store. I don't see the problem here, right?
I think they basically got the same office. I think it was off air we were talking about this, that Google and YouTube have, which is the office to print money.
Speaking of which, should we talk about that with YouTube creators? Should we bring this up?
Bring it up. Go for it.
So, YouTube creators, every single one of you out there, listen to me right now, because at first
this is why we're leaving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're wondering about the title, we're just teasing people that do that every couple of years for clicks and views. It's funny, though.
Wait, I thought we were.
Oh, yeah. No. Well, we did leave YouTube. That was when I posted the event, but we've already come back by the time we went live. So, you know,
I'm leaving till Tuesday.
Yeah. I'm leaving after we're done the show so I can do something else, but I'll be back for the Tuesday show.
Yeah.
But where? Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I railroaded you there.
Yeah. No, I remember now. So, creators, we all do a thing. You member your friends that are creators, and they're members to you as well. Stop doing that. That's stupid. Because what you're doing is you're all trading around the same pocket of money, and every time you do, YouTube takes 30% for their cut. Stop doing it. Stop. It's dumb. You don't have to. You don't have to. It doesn't prove that we're better friends than other people and blah, blah. We're all just putting money in YouTube's pocket for nothing. Yeah, don't do it.
We just lost half our memberships.
But it's true, right? You know, if you think about it, it's unnecessary, you know, and we're just making them a small fortune every month.
Yes. That's what we're saying, that YouTube have got an office that just, you know, says on the door, you know, the office for printing money.
Yeah, how to print money. Yeah.
And we were trying to think of a way to get our own office like that, but we couldn't think of anything.
Yeah, if you got any ideas, let us know, because we'll open the office. We just don't know what to put in there.
Yeah, apart from literally, you know, an Epson printer.
Yeah.
That can print money.
Yeah. That would be,
Not a Hewlett-Packard one, because it'll probably cost more to run it.
That's true.
To actually print the money.
Yeah, the subscription alone would kill us, right? No, can't do that.
Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it be great if you had a Hewlett-Packard printer and, you know, you say, okay, I'm going to do the subscription, but I'm going to pay with cash. Literally the cash you printed out from the Hewlett-Packard printer.
Wouldn't that be great? Yeah.
What would it keep up? Would you be paying more to keep up with the subscription, or would the printer run out of ink so you couldn't pay the subscription?
Yeah. I wonder. Okay, so what we need is a crowd-funded effort to try to get the right texture and quality of paper. Oh no, we're gonna lose our channel here.
Yeah. Can we print the little holograms on the top and things like that? You know.
Yeah. You know what? We'll all gather in the Discord after and we'll talk. Maybe not.
It always used to be so much easier, like in the movies, when all you had to do would like steal those like big iron blocks,
plates.
The plates, the print money. Yeah. Whatever happened to that?
Yeah, you could make paper out of banana as long as you had those plates. You know. Speaking of bananas, it reminded me of a thing pre-show in the live chat. I haven't done a watermelon filled with alcohol in a bunch of years now, and I'm doing one this year for sure. It's a great thing.
Okay.
You don't know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, but why?
Because it's a fun way to get drunk. Eat watermelon.
What's wrong with a glass?
But you can't chew. Well, you could chew the glass, but that makes you a freak, right? You know.
Okay. You could put an old sock in a glass of whiskey, then just chew in your sock. I don't know.
Yeah, but you could just attach a tube to the wine source with a little valve twist or something, a little push thing, right? You know, you don't have to be dirtying up glasses. Hey, Susan Reichel, is that right? Shill Apprentice, welcome. Woohoo! Yay! Thank you very much. Awesome. Here, I can trigger the thingy again. Oh, no, wait a minute. Wrong one. I have to wait. The other app is being slow. Cool. Thank you. I like that very much. Members are awesome. Members is a really cool thing about YouTube. They just don't do it very well. Yeah. That's another thing. So yeah, members, that's why we're quitting YouTube. Or we already quit YouTube and came back, or nah. I did a survey recently for YouTube and the Creator Studio, and they asked me some questions that were hilarious. How good do you think the social interaction on YouTube is and whatnot? And I put very bad. And they put, why? Would you like to tell us? And I said, well, why do we have to go to Discord to have real social interaction after our shows? Why don't you have forums and stuff for the whole thing, right? You know?
Yeah, why did you take the ability to message
remember that?
Your YouTube. Yeah. YouTube could have they just could have had the whole thing nailed.
Yeah, all they had to do was embed a forum and, basically give us a Discord along with being monetized or whatever, right?
Google took away, the whole Hangouts thing. Which
Google Minus. Yeah.
Everybody was using that for live streams, Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
They took that away.
And then they gave us Google Meets, which you had to pay for to make work properly. And it was missing 2/3 of the features from Google Hangouts, which was free. And everybody is very confusing. We're going to ruin our platform for live streaming and let other companies step in and take it. What? That's not a good business.
It's interesting. Just before they took away Google Hangouts, they started to add a whole load of new like applications that you could use within it.
Yeah. And everybody waited.
Oh, look at that. And then it all just went.
And when they first brought out Google Meets, everybody was like, oh, just wait. All those features will come. No, they didn't. They just left it as this, wasteland of, well, all you needed to do was chat, right? And
also that, the other thing they're totally missing out on is the fact that everybody on YouTube who does a stream uses other applications outside of YouTube.
Yeah,
they could have had that. Everybody was using their own platform to stream with.
Yeah, like Streamlabs and all these sites that you can log into, and then you put in your YouTube account, and it gives you the ability to invite your friends and lay it out nice and have a stream. Yeah. I can't understand that YouTube doesn't have that. I don't get it.
Because you do realize that people are using these Streamlabs and stuff for like other sites. Yes. But I bet you 99% of the time it's going back onto YouTube again.
Yeah.
And they could have had that dealt with. They could have had like their own, community boards and just so much.
Yeah, and they literally just handed it off. Nope, can't be bothered.
No.
Right. And that would have given them so much more control over the platform. Plus the integration possibilities, right? Like right now.
Oh, and the possibilities for printing more money.
Well, that's true, right? Because they could have paywalled some of these services so that we have to give up membership money to pay for the services, and they get 30%. And like it's never ending. But they walked away from it. I don't understand. It looked like they were making a push. You remember when they upgraded a few years back YouTube Studio to this modern version, which is just pig heavy and awful on your computer. It's terrible. And they hid things that you need in different menus to make it harder to get to them. And the reason they're doing that is because they don't want you doing those. They were like right now when we post a live stream, they've added 3 clicks for me to finally say, piss off. I don't want your automatic ads to our live stream feature. Right? Because they're really trying to make it so that every 15 minutes when you're live, you'll get a little flash that gives you 5 seconds in YouTube Studio, and then boom, an ad kicks in. And they're trying to take over and make that automatic. No way.
But do you remember the days when they brought the new studio? And you still had the opportunity to go back to using Classic.
Yeah.
I kept going back using Classic.
So did I
for about 2 years.
And they finally died it. Yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, if that ability was still there,
it'd still go back
now. Well, no, I don't think I'd know how to navigate it anymore because I'm so used to the new studio.
Right, but if it hadn't been taken away from you, you'd still be in the old studio the whole time because the new studio is still more difficult to navigate. They've done it to annoy you into just clicking yes. Like when I go to Sky F1 News for Formula One news, I always turn off the tracking cookies and stuff and save. But every 4 or 5 days when I go there, it does the pop-up to select my choices again. And the reason they do this, and I'm not just picking on them, so many sites do it to you, it's because they want you to just click accept with the defaults on. And when you do that, I bet they don't fucking bug you anymore.
Wait, that's you're talking about Google though, not YouTube or Chrome.
No. Well, no, I'm talking about like websites in general with all their cookie things.
Right.
Now that they have to alert you to the fact that they have them, right? You know, for the most part, if you pick anything other than yes, you can track the hell out of me with 1,000 cookies, they keep bugging you to redo it.
Yeah, but they actually, to be honest with you, they keep bugging you even when you do say, "Yep, fine." Just whatever, and you go back to their website, a day later, they have to do it again.
I always assume that if you select, okay, yes, you can use them all, they would just be like, thank you, and finally stop. It's just I'm not willing to. Every time I go through it, I don't care. You know?
Yeah, no, I can understand that.
Yeah.
It's just that I can't be bothered, what they're going to find out about me.
Yeah, I
need to know.
Ivy in the chat there. Hey, Dutch, cookies are spyware. 100%. 100%. I've said before, back in the 70s, if you were in one store and left and went across the street to the other store, and somebody from the first store followed you with a notebook, writing down everything you looked at in the second store, and you turned around and fucking punched them right in the nose, the cops would laugh at them and say, you earned it, bitch. Stop stalking people. Nowadays, it's totally fine.
See, what I would like with these cookies is for it to, when I go to my bank website, those cookies then transfer over to everybody else. So when they are targeting for advertising, they'll go, well, that guy's got no fucking money. There's no point.
Exactly. Yeah,
so they won't target me for all this stuff anymore.
Yeah. Somebody who's living $400 above their credit limit on their cards every month, why would they bother, right? Yeah. But at that point, if they really had that kind of access, and, some would say they might actually do, there's still a good room for advertising because coupon companies would jump in to let you know that there's a deal at this store and this store. And you know what I mean? There's always an angle, man. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're working? You should be working for these people. You know how to twist and turn it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've been following this shit ever since. I remember finding out when I was doing some IT tech support that some big grocery stores and department stores place routers all through the store. And they're very low powered little Wi-Fi devices. They have no internet for you. But what they do is they're little, hey, I'm a Wi-Fi. And then your phone goes, oh, hey, do you have internet for me? No, I don't. But now they can track your movements through the store and they can see what departments you stay in longer and whatnot. And boom. Yeah. I remember when I learned that for 4 years straight, I would turn off all my antennas going into shops because I didn't want that to affect my advertising. Like I've said before, and you agreed. Targeted advertising kind of sucks because I never learned about new things that have come out that are outside of my area of interest. Well, that's not good. I don't want to live in an echo chamber. I want to know.
I'm a bit frustrated though. If you know what you're saying, that means they're tracking me and they know I'm hanging around the ladies' changing rooms.
Exactly, right? You mean they can follow me into the secret porn room in the back with the magazines?
No, that means I just get targeted with lots of lovely dresses because they think I'm
exactly. Yeah.
I'm possibly a potential transvestite or something.
Yeah. No wonder I always get bra ads. It's not because I need to get in shape. What was that? Seinfeld when they had the bro for heavier set gentlemen that needed a little support up top. They had a bra for men. Oh, that was funny. Yeah, that's one of the few episodes because of being told about it that I went and watched, and it was funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Never got into Seinfeld. Never.
I didn't really either. It's not really my thing. I'm not a big sitcom person to begin. It's not really my thing. Yeah, the bro. Yeah, Petrie. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Although you have got to watch Father Ted.
Oh, well, it's in the server, but Firefly's ahead in the list now.
Yeah. Oh, it's creeping up.
Oh, no, it's like literally damn near at the top of the list now. Now that I've looked up the cast, I was like, oh, really? Okay, there's a bunch of people I like in this, It's got Deadpool's wife, which I after I looked the second time, I was like, oh yeah, I know who that chick is, right?
That means nothing to me. Deadpool's wife.
The chick who plays Deadpool's wife in the movie is really cool. She's got this ability to be like, playful but dramatic and stuff. She was really good. Arguably better than Ryan Reynolds, to be honest. Yeah.
Deadpool's. Oh, her.
Yeah.
Marina Baccarin.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of the sci-fi stuff. She was in Remake of V. Incredibly beautiful woman.
Yeah, she is as well. Very easy on the eyes, but aside from that, especially with her in the hot outfits in Deadpool and whatnot, she's just really good.
Yeah, she's been good in just about everything I've seen her in.
Yeah. And it's got that. Doesn't it have that Summer Glau chick?
Yes.
Yeah, and I know she was in like a Terminator TV show. I think
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I don't know her from that, but she played one of the villains in a season of the Arrowverse show Arrow, and she was pretty good in that. She can do intense stuff.
She's great in Firefly. Absolutely fantastic.
Cool. Yeah, she was the one I was like, oh, I hope she's got that, like, I'll kick the fucking hell out of you thing going on in that show. And yeah.
What's interesting about sort of a lot of these cast members is they a lot of them, because this is all like around the same time of Stargate and Stargate Atlantis and stuff like that, and all the sci-fi shows, and they all kind of like seem to cycle through. They jump off one show, they end up on another show, and just moving around all the time. In fact, like on Stargate Atlantis, you had like two characters. Oh no, what was it? Stargate. It was just Stargate. They had two characters from the Australian sci-fi thingy, which name of which has suddenly gone out of my head. But then they had those two people come into Stargate, and they're like practically the same characters. It's like, yeah, it's so funny. They just move around. It's like the contracts run out in one place. They just move on to another show, and it's you again. Yeah. Yeah, you see Robert Picardo, the doctor from Star Trek Voyager.
I like him. Like him.
But he turns up. He turns up as a pencil pusher somewhere on all the other shows.
Yeah. You know who I think should be in more of some of these shows, like sci-fi and whatnot, for range of acting is
William Shatner.
Yeah. But no, the guy who plays the dude in the wheelchair in Lost when the plane crashes and then evolves into the other dudes, and like, if you know Lost, you know who I'm talking about.
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. They had what's his name from The Big Bang Theory controlling the remote.
He was great in Star Trek. Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. That was a good one with Newton, Hawking, and
some of the scientists.
Yeah. The day that not the Apple story again. That was hilarious. Hawking tells them off. That was it Data, or was that when that awkward stuttery dude went all brainiac?
I know. I think it was
Barkley.
Barkley. No, I think it was Data. It was on the holodeck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. The bloody holodeck.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
Oh, come on. Who doesn't want a holodeck, right? You can go into like a room the size of a bedroom and end up taking a Goonies adventure or something,
I
right?
know, but it was always, it just annoyed me. It was always a fucking plot device. It's like the holodeck's broken again. 50% of episodes in Star Trek were the holodeck going wrong.
True enough. If it really went that wrong that much, nobody would go in the fucking thing, right?
No. Oh, the safeties are off.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But the Professor Moriarty episodes were good.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked the guy who played that character. He was, he had that villain thing down. He was about as good as Patrick Stewart as owning the camera when it was on him.
Oh, he chewed at the scenery. He was great. I mean,
yeah.
But but they tricked him by having him thinking he's off the.
I thought that was a great idea.
That was the holodeck.
Yeah, exactly.
But how many times has that plot device been used? So many times.
Yeah.
So many holodecks.
Okay, so if we're going to do
thing is, if we're going to do the holodeck, if we're going to do Starship things, we don't need a starship. All we just need to do is send out holodecks everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. If we're gonna talk about Star Trek episodes for a minute, I mean, it happens around here, right?
Well, we shouldn't really. But
fuck all that. You got to give credit to the episode where they keep blowing up and then coming back, and Data is the one screwing with them and stuff. The first time I ever saw that episode, that was seriously like almost as good as a movie.
Is that the one where Data had to keep the secret?
Because those other dudes had found them and they were like, "No, you're gonna die. Hold on, I can fix this."
Yeah, and the captain's ordering him to tell him, but he can't.
Yeah. That was really, why can't you tell me? Because you said I couldn't. What?
Yeah.
But that was a good one.
Yeah, there were some absolute crackers in amongst it, and quite a lot of knackers.
Yeah. Oh man, a lot of people really bitch about that Dr. Crusher episode where she's fucking the guy in the candle. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got a really low rating.
She's fucking him in the. And I don't think I've ever heard it called that before, but
You got Dr. Crusher running around in lingerie and stuff and whatnot, and being all as hot as she can be and stuff, and yet it's one of the poorest rated episodes, and it's because they got the guy who was the same actor who was supposed to be the dude to hook up with Daryl Hannah in Memoirs of an Invisible Man, the Chevy Chase film. And that guy, the guy that Chevy Chase pantses, he's got to be one of the most, like, he makes Rutger Hauer look like an Oscar. I mean, this guy is so chiseled from stone. He can't, it's so bad,
Oh, I can't remember that episode that deeply.
Oh, I do, and it's terrible. His part in it is awful, and I can only imagine what's her name, Gates McFadden. Yeah, she probably couldn't stand the fact that she gets like one of her episodes and gets that fuck to be her co-star in it. Yeah. She must have been furious. Yeah, he was awful. To me, he was the reason that it died. But
I never liked the episodes where you got certain cast members, and it's like, I really want to show off my acting ability in this show. Give me a proper episode. I can thespian tool.
Yeah.
And it's like it drives me fucking mad. I always hate that. And in the same vein, it was always that the bridge crew had to always put on plays. Always got to put on a play, and they always got to be like learning thespian acting. You want to be a Shakespeare actor if you want to be on Starfleet. No, you don't. You monkeys, you're just actors wanting to play Shakespeare, but you're on Star Trek, so fucking act in Star Trek and not Shakespeare. Do Shakespeare after you've done Star Trek, but don't bring Shakespeare to Star Trek.
It's there's the there's the other thing too. I've often seen in the world of Star Trek, not always in the TV shows or whatever, but the lower decks people don't exactly have big sprawling quarters like the higher ups do, right?
Yeah, they got bunks.
Yeah. So, but nobody gets paid. They all do it like reputation is the currency in the Star Trek world. Well, if that's the case, how come I can't have a bedroom? Why do I have to, bunk with my flatulent fucking friend? Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. That should be a lot more balanced. If it's like, that's a little bit too much like, communism. Oh, everybody the same. Here, you can have crappy car. I have luxury car.
Now, I have seen someone look into something about this. Basically, looking into the detailing of the size of the Galaxy class ship and how many peoples per square meter there is, and it's very, very, very spacious. So why are you?
That's right.
You got like Councillor Troy. She's got a big sprawling apartment. She's got a lounge.
Yeah.
She's got everything there, and then everybody else is like sleeping in a cabin the size of a
Exactly. Yeah, you can't even like.
You can't swing a cat.
Yeah, but you can't even like pull up Pornhub and just have yourself a moment of private time or whatever, right?
You probably got a curtain on your bunk.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Troy's got 17 locations to be banged silly by Riker or whoever else shows up. I don't know. But that's not.
You get sloppy seconds after the Klingon.
Yeah, the idea of this. Money isn't a thing in the future, but this hierarchy means you either live like garbage or live well. I'm not.
Not buying it.
Yeah,
not buying it.
Yeah. That's not very Borg.
Yeah, at least they were equal.
Yeah, everybody except the Queen, right? So it's got a little bit of that Napoleon sort of, but yeah. And at least they were forward thinkers, right? They got a woman running the show, so that's a thing.
Well, yeah, but the men didn't vote for her.
Yeah, it's funny too because the woman was the only one allowed to be emotional, and the men were just automatons and whatnot, right? Is that like a subtle message?
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like an automaton.
Yeah. I'm not saying nothing. I've said enough.
Not sexually. I would gladly not be an automaton. It's just
that didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
You're gonna go down that road.
Yeah. Okay, I need to refill my glass one more time, so I'll be as quick as I can.
I'll be right back.
Oh, damn it. Can we get the Dick Dawson AI in here so I can actually have something to talk to when he's gone? Because I suppose it's just like blathering on like an idiot. Because that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. Just blather on as an idiot while I just sip my drink. Because I need my wingman. Oh, I'll tell you what, chat. I'll just use you. You're my wingman for a moment. So what's going on out there? Come on, what are you doing? What are you doing, you sneaky gits? You're talking about me behind my back in the chat. At least it's not Dave Murphy refilling his glass as quick as you can. It could be.
Oh yeah, that was moving.
Yeah, look at that whiskey. That looks a bit yellow.
Yeah, well, it's ginger ale. I'm not.
At least it hasn't got a foam on the top of it.
Yeah, well, I'm not a fan of pop. I don't like soda pop. Soft drinks. I don't know what you're supposed to call them, but so I try to get the lesser sudsy ones, and I find Coca-Cola is very aggressive, whereas ginger ale is a little more subtle. So that's what I go for.
You should have Iron Brew. That goes well with whiskey.
I don't know what that is.
I'll introduce it to you. I wonder if I can send you a bottle.
Iron Brew?
Iron Brew.
Yeah, is it like one of those caffeinated strange drinks that makes a person feel like they're vibrating and uncomfortable? I don't like that.
It's a Scottish soft drink, and it's called Iron Brew because it's made from Gerrard's.
Do I have to wear a flannel dress with my balls hanging around in the center?
Normally it's called Iron Brew, not Iron Brew. Iron Brew. Yeah, Mark Snyder's got it right.
So what's the first word? Iron, as in
IRN. Iron.
Okay, what's that mean?
It's Scottish for iron. I don't know.
Strong?
Yeah, basically, but yeah. It's, I like
it is Canada Dry, Martin. You got it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Iron.
Dick saw a sign saying "Drink Canada Dry," and he's trying his best.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do for the country, right? As is tradition. That's a South Park joke, if you know it. As is tradition, the pudding, the marriage. Never mind. He wouldn't know.
No, we'll leave that one there.
Yeah. We're splitters over here, What do we got here? Are we at... we're close to an hour and a half. All right. We have just enough time to cross the line that tad bit too far. But if we do it at the end of the show, then people who watch later when it's been reposted to YouTube are probably not likely to get to that point. And that means we'll piss less people off. But
yeah. We should try to piss people off a bit more.
Or, you got to get to that point where you're about to go too far, but you don't. And then people go, ho, 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 right? That's the limit you want to find.
Yeah, I needed it earlier when you were talking about pizza ovens, and I thought, no, I'm not going to go down that road.
That was a strange thing. That political opponent type newspaper would pick the pizza oven argument.
Yeah, but you have no idea where I was going to go with it, and probably good it shouldn't.
Okay, yeah. I still can't figure it out, so I'll leave it.
No. I'll tell you after the show.
I'm not sure you will. I'm not sure. Maybe there's boundaries in how much you need to really know about people.
Oh no. When I tell you what I was thinking of talking about, you'll go, "Yep, that's you. That's exactly you."
Okay. Yeah, well,
and it's pretty good you didn't.
Yeah, knowing that, I know it's good that he didn't actually bring it up on the show.
Even if I know there's a line to not to cross, and if I know not to cross it, then it must be bad.
If there's a line not to cross, even with a rear view camera that has magnification, you can't find it anymore. That's usually how it goes. I'm sorry, what? That? You don't want me to go over? Oh, okay, well, I'll try next time, Maybe you could paint it yellow so I could see it better?
Hey, I got something. If you want to change the subject wildly.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah, I came across a video today, and I've downloaded it, and it's a vertical video, so you wouldn't like it. But it's a video of a UFO, and it's really interesting. It's
Really?
Yeah, it's really quite interesting. And what's even more interesting is I tried to find other sources of it. I found a completely different video of a different plane.
Mm.
You know, it's like taken from an airplane window. I found a completely different video, and it had the same UFO in it.
Okay.
Not like normally when you go, oh, I've seen a UFO, and you go, oh yeah, it could be this, could be that, could be the other, you know. But no, there's just two completely different videos, two completely different flights, from two completely different parts of the world, and they both had the same thing in it. That never happens.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I want to see those videos.
I want to look into it little bit more and to try and see if I can figure it out. But yeah, it was just completely by accident. I came across two completely different videos that had the same vehicle.
Well, if I saw a spaceship that looked just like Elton John's face flying in two different videos, I would be concerned as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I mean, I'm not sure that if we have aliens present on Earth, having them look like the Queen of England is probably not the best idea.
That was going down all right.
No, I mean, I'm Canadian, so maybe I lost the point there. I'm just saying, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I mean, across the pond, it's a big jump, right? You know.
He's retired now.
Yeah, exactly, right? You know, yeah. So,
thank God.
Yeah, there's this whole thing when it comes to the royalty of Britain and how it pertains to Canada, right? Because, you know, we do have a history of being a Commonwealth country and everything, right? So there's the Queen Elizabeth years where we're a Commonwealth country, and, you know, as a country, we support the crown and everything. And now you got the guy with the ears, and we're just really not so sure.
What, Spock?
No. The guy with the bigger ears, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you know.
Welcome to Britain.
Yeah,
I'm king. I'm king now.
I tell you this: had him and Princess Diana stood the test of time, and she was with him right now, he would be a revered king around the world. That is a fact, right? Everybody loved that woman. You know, they would
he didn't.
Yeah, well, that's to his loss, you know.
And the Queen didn't.
Yeah, but you know, they would literally have been. It would have been a way bigger deal to countries than, you know, Prince Charles taking over, right? You know,
yeah.
What, the guy who married the gardener's daughter, or, you know, whatever, you know. You know, I don't mean to mock, you know, because I know that they're your royal family in Britain and stuff, but, you know, I don't think he could ever be as heartfelt important to as many Canadians as Elizabeth was.
Yeah, she wasn't as pure as a driven snow as people like to think she was, but
well, isn't she a German Brit? I'm
talking about the other one.
Oh, yeah. But, you know,
Dido.
Yeah. She was, you know, very much loved over here. There's lots of people like old school that, you know, knew about her coming up and, you know, military service, and then, you know, put their praise of her into the next generation and stuff. And he doesn't have that history, you know.
But yeah, but you're right, though. She was very much loved. Well, that's because she couldn't keep her fucking legs closed. But yeah,
Yeah.
She was very much love over here, over there, anywhere. On the kitchen table,
if she had,
in the garden, on the
she had any
couch.
self-control when drunk, we wouldn't have had this bigger freak taking over the throne.
He won't be around long. I mean, how old is he now? He's like in his 70s anyway.
Oh, well, he makes Biden look young, right? Come on,
Yeah, it is kind of sad that finally he gets a chance to be king, and literally he's practically in retirement already.
Yeah, they're already having to rebuild him with Steve Austin's parts, right?
See, the thing is, if he handed it off to the next in line, I'm not even too sure what a young king would be like in this country anymore. What would he do? I mean, it's like you had the royal family who did years ago. All the young ones all got together and did like a especially charity "It's a Knockout" thing for TV, and it just like went down like a lead balloon because all these posh twits running around trying to be trendy and in touch with the people, and it's like you don't even met the people, you don't know what you're talking about. So it's not like I think what we need is like a proper king that declares things and shuts down parliament and goes off and has crusades and tries to kill Robin Hood and all that kind of stuff. Proper kings like they used to be.
Kill a rival and take his wife as your wife.
Yeah, exactly. Behead somebody and you go, right, this land is my land now.
Yeah. Give that man a sword and an attitude,
Yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want in a king.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't vote for you.
For kings. But yeah. Now, Charles, we're not saying that you should actually do this because, I mean, at this point in time, we would have to give you like a child's plastic sword due to the weights involved and whatnot, right?
But can you imagine it? Can you imagine it? King Charles, he gets on a huge white horse, big steed, and he's in shining armor, and he's holding a sword. He's going, I do this for Britain. I do this for the world.
Yeah, but if he held the sword up,
he conquers France.
Yeah, but if he lifted the sword up, the inertia of lifting it up would carry it over, and he would just fall.
You know what? If that's what happened, I'll take it. I'll take it. It'd be a great photo op.
Give the guy a lightsaber, and he'd pick it up and go, do you have a lighter version? I'm sorry, but it's like a flashlight, dude. Come on.
Sorry, is this not my color?
Yeah. Do you have one in purple?
I'll tell you what. Well, you know what we should do? We should get King Charles on these pub chats. We'll send an invite out.
I swear, I would love that. Actually, yeah.
I think he'd have a whale of a time, and we could help him sort out this country and sort out his.
Bring out the royal port. His Majesty is joining a podcast. He's got
bring out the royal shore, Mike.
He's got like 5 Cuban guys rolling cigars in the background.
Yeah, he's actually a really witty guy. There's some fantastic videos of people just like There was a great
funny.
One just
nobody's seen those.
Yeah, no, but there's like video of just like got some guys out like cycling out in Scotland and the Highlands, and they're on the Balmoral estate, and they just like basically just come across him, as they're out cycling, and he just like chats with them, it's like. And he's on his own. He's not out with security details or anything like that.
Right.
He's just out wandering around the hills in Balmoral. And
I can appreciate
it's
that.
Amazing.
Yeah,
they're fantastic.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. That's really cool.
There was a great video of some American tourists, again, like in Balmoral, and the grounds of Balmoral, and they come across this little old lady, and they're like talking away to her, and they go, do you know the Queen? She goes, oh, I've heard of her. Not realising they're actually talking to the Queen.
Yeah.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Oh my God, that I mean, even me, I mean, I would recognize her. Come on,
Yeah, no, it's funny.
There's a question in the chat for you, Dunk, from Sweet 7433. When was the last time a royal wore armor?
Is this a trick question? Do I have to answer it? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine if it's not a trick question, it's a question where what was the last time a royal wore armor in anger? Right? That's what I'm imagining, right? Like somebody actually went out and, started slinging things around and being all funky with it,
I mean, I can think of Henry V, but that was... that's just because it's a movie.
Yeah, Spock says Henry VIII. Right?
Henry VIII. I'm not actually very good at remembering the royals through history.
Is Tony Stark one of the royals? Because he had some cool armor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think it probably was.
I'm not
Henry
sure
VIII.
on your relationship with the Americans and all that.
I have no sexual relationship with the Americans.
Oh, I've known places as a musician where it's too bad for you that's the case. Yeah. Chris Lundy in the chat there. Prince Harry wore armor in Afghanistan. Hey, you know what?
Wow, that's battle. It's not shining armor, is it? It's
but
Kevlar.
But that's modern. I'm in the fight armor, right?
I mean, that is one thing you can be said about. It's like the kids in the royal family is a lot of them do actually go out and kick ass, fly helicopters and do all kinds of shit in dangerous places. A lot of them have done that in the past.
They probably had their mother in the background reading them stories as children. And that, children, is a story that I actually lived through because I was in the war.
Yeah.
So you will not grow up to be pansy little bitches,
Yes. She shows them pictures of her in was it the WAFs? I can't remember, or the army, but in a uniform.
Yeah. But there's shots of her like fiction stuff and whatnot, like proper hands-on digging in, Oh yeah. Yeah. No pansy ass, silver spoon in my mouth stuff, And that's the thing that Charles just doesn't have behind him, right? Again to that. But I think we've rabbited on enough about the royal family,
Yes.
Yeah. I wanted to be a lumberjack,
said Prince Charles. Yeah, we'll have him on next week. We'll send an email out, an invitation, to King Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We put one out to Elon Musk to see if he wanted to join the show. And he went through our back catalog of shows and he didn't get back to us.
Nah.
Funny enough.
Hey, you could probably get Elton John.
Yeah,
he's not doing much.
That's true. Yeah. How much is a really ridiculous pair of sunglasses these days? We could probably offer him 2 or 3 if we get them on Alibaba, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but he wants them crusted with real diamonds, not the cheap shit we'd offer him.
Yeah, and I hear he likes a feather pillow in the green room, but we have a couple. I could just wash it, and put some fabric softener on and say, no, it's new. It's okay.
He likes pillows that have got a good bite to them. You know what I mean? Something to chew on. We could probably get him some dog toys to chew on. He'll have that.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever heard of Kibbles and Bits, Your Highness? Or Gainsburgers. Oh, yeah. a little cheese on top. You're gonna love them. I know a few people in the chat will know what a Gainsburger is, but yeah, it's like a meat patty, except it's dog food.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lovely. For dogs or to people?
Well, at this point in the income gap in the world, I'm not sure that there's a solid answer to that question. It's getting that bad. Somebody who's feeling it, that's for sure. I know, right? Holy. Wow. I just heard somebody screaming outside. So
Elton John's coming on the show.
yeah. Some of the kids must be outside playing, and just enjoying it. It's like 13C here. All the snow is gone and it's decent, and the kids are loving it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really nice. It's funny, not all of Canada is buried in snow.
No, they're out having fun, beating up a homeless guy or something.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we found a druggie. Let's kick the hell out of him. He's too weak to fight back. Woo! Yeah.
Dawson can deal with him tomorrow.
Yeah, Canadian kids know how to entertain themselves when there's no ice to play hockey on, right? It's still just a big fight, Oh, I just had a vote for King, so there we go.
Got a vote for King?
Yeah, well, we got that Queen of Canada bitch that's like from the Philippines or something and thinks, so we're going to have an election. Yeah, exactly, And we're going to have an election between the King of Canada and the Queen of Canada. And I need your votes.
What's all this voting shit? I don't want to. No.
You don't vote for kings.
We settle it the proper way with swords and pistols.
Are you kidding? I don't want to have to murder that woman.
You just got to maim her a little bit.
Yeah. I'll tell her it's a sword fight, and then I'll go fully Indiana Jones on her and just pull my gun and go.
Yeah, I mean, you could shoot her in the head. It wouldn't cause any damage, I'm pretty sure.
Well, no gray matter would come out because there's nothing in there, right? The bullet would just rattle around, It would be like pinball, except nobody's using the flippers, and it would bounce around for a minute and then just come out the bottom and go ding.
You might actually give her ideas. Hey, that was a woman who actually printed money. Remember?
That's true.
She actually printed out her own money to hand out. So people would send her actual dollars. Should send them back. What did
fake money?
But she had a special name for it.
Yeah, and she didn't even have like a board game to go with it, so you couldn't
Yeah, it was not like Monopoly money, but it was worse than Monopoly money because you couldn't use it in Monopoly.
Yeah.
But she sent them back, just printed money that meant absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And people sent money.
There's been a few people who have gotten in trouble in Canada because they've been like, no, I wasn't speeding. The Queen of Canada has dictated that this speed limit is actually this now. It's you that's not caught up. And they're like, okay,
this is one of the things that really I don't understand about the whole Queen of Canada thing, because I didn't think the majority of Canadians were that stupid or gullible.
Yeah. Well, nobody is. Like, she's only got enough followers to not pay the rent on the buildings she rents and then getting shit from the communities that she lives in, right? That's how it works.
Oh, she's got quite a fair bit of money coming in.
Oh, but even still, she doesn't she's been kicked out of a couple of places because she won't pay the bills. And she's just like, oh, no, I'm the queen. So this is now my property. I don't have to pay you. Well, we'll see about that.
Well, she did do the whole thing of renting an RV and then paying them for it. And they can't get it back. And God. Yeah. What an absolute mess.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
But she has these people who are following her. You know, I mean, literally following her.
Yeah.
Side on by her side. I'm not just talking about on YouTube or whatever. They're actually literally following her.
Yeah. Well, okay,
and how? What? Why?
In America, you have a few amendments to the Constitution. One of them is the right to bear arms amendment. Is that the fourth or?
Well, it's not the fifth.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it is, but her followers
Second
Amendment. Okay, yeah. Her followers quote those amendments for Canada.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. But George Washington said, sorry, wrong country. No, but he said, no, he didn't live here. Yeah, but still, it doesn't work that way. It's just.
I mean, when you're talking about the Canadian Constitution, basically what we're talking about is you eating mac and cheese and a large glass of whiskey.
Pretty much.
That's the Constitution we're talking about in Canada. But.
Yeah, and I bake that mac and cheese at home. I don't do that craft dinner stuff. No.
Insane.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. We have MAGA people in Canada that drive around with their trucks emblazoned with like American flags, and they have "Make America Great Again" and "Vote Freedom" written on their vehicles, and they're Canadians.
Yeah, they completely forgot what country they're living in.
Yeah.
Well, we do have them in the UK as well. Like sovereign citizens and follow all that kind of shit. And it's like, PJ will tell you all about it because I'm sure he's experienced quite a few of these people. But yeah, they're just what?
Yeah, I know.
Well, Dave Murphy, we brought up earlier. Now, people in the chat, if you don't know who Dave Murphy is a prolific flat earther
and a piss drinker. Absolutely bonkers. Oh,
and PJ, you will have to agree on that one. He's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's come out recently saying that he wants to become the ruler of the UK.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yes, he wants to become the ruler of the UK.
As in, like, 12 inches is a foot, the ruler?
He literally wants to govern the UK by killing off education, NHS. It just wants to tear the whole system down, and then so everyone will vote for him, although he's not on the ballot. Somehow,
he wants to be the 6th century pope. I got it.
He wants everybody to not vote in coming elections, and therefore he would be.
He wins by default because nobody votes.
He's called into action to become ruler. Like, what?
Holy shit, man!
Where does that even come from? It's just like you insanity.
You have broken a Shills tradition. You have brought something up so stupid that I didn't have warning ahead of time, and I might not have enough alcohol to get through this.
I've not looked into it, or just something I've seen somewhere else. Someone else talking about it.
This is one of those things you should have put in the green room. Dick, you got to spend $30 on booze tonight because I'm gonna fuck your brain up. And I've been like, all right, then, It
is almost going old Shield style, looking into it with a deep dive, but at the same time, it's like, oh God, no, not that again. So how insane can people be? Because that's all we were doing when we were doing the old Shield stuff. Is basically saying, look at these people. How insane are they?
And it was the point in last show, right?
And can you be any more insane than these people? No, probably not.
No. And it got to the point where trying to come up with a clever way to say you're a moron or you're stupid or something, it got challenging, right? How many times can you reiterate the same intent? Right? That's why I love the news focus we do now, because there's always something new and stupid coming your way. It's never the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what you did?
What's that?
Bullshit that you pulled just emptied that drink.
I'm sorry, mate.
It's your fault. Okay. It's your fault. Everybody in the chat do hashtag Dunk's fault, and I'll get a drink real quick.
Yeah, I mean, my God, there are some incredibly insane people out there, absolutely. And it's not the fact, because in the olden days when people were insane, we'd never really heard about it. But now we have these fantastic, portholes for them, or sorry, say portals for them to bring their insanity into the public eye, and that's called YouTube. You can like and subscribe. All right, everybody. Yeah, okay, we got it. So it's my fault. It's always my fault.
I was hoping everybody would do that one, as I had to slip off there for a sec.
I'll ruin the day, and I'll start talking about the pizza ovens.
That still blows me away that political opponents would resort to the argument of pizza ovens to make their point against each other. Seriously? If you're married, if you have a husband or wife or partner, or whatever your preferred situation is, go and have sex. Because if you're bitching about pizza ovens, you've totally missed the point in life. That's just redonkulous. Yeah. Embrace the ball gag and really go wild. You'll have a good time.
Do you have to have sex? No, I'm not going down there. Anyway, about the pizza oven, the obsession with people having their own, when you have like a barbecue, you get at home and you got a nice little barbecue in the garden, where there's just like a normal grill, you just put coals on and stuff like that. And you can have a barbecue. But then the people have like, full on pizza ovens built in their garden.
Yeah.
How often are you eating pizza to make that thing?
Dude, actually, if I was allowed to, now we can't where I live because I'm in such a forest fire prone zone. You can't do that kind of thing without having it inspected and stuff. It's unbelievable. But if I could put a pizza oven outside in my little backyard thingy, I would in a heartbeat, because my spring starts early, my summer is amazing, and my fall lasts a long time. And if I was to cook a pizza outside in that thing twice a week for pizza night or something, a wood-fired nice pizza, oh yeah, bring it on. Come on.
No. I understand it as a business, right? If you got
no, but I would do that as a person, just because
this is where
my fucking heaven, man. What are you talking about?
This is where my argument comes in, because if you're doing a business and you got that pizza oven and it's all fired up and you're at it all day and you're cranking out pizzas or bread or whatever, that oven is going all day. Whereas if you're just making one pizza, you're burning down half a tree. If
it's built right, you're just not.
Wood-fired oven.
No.
And, just to get it hot enough for the one pizza, and you make one pizza, and you're making maybe one a day.
Yeah, but if you have the pizza oven built properly, you're using barely enough wood to make a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Right? They're actually very conservative. It's not like we're, dragging our knuckles on the ground cave people. We've got this kind of figured out. It's not that difficult, right? And
you are cave people, though.
Yeah, but it really makes a whole little, if you got your little patio in the back and you got a place to put your barbecue and whatnot, and somebody says, oh, what's that? Oh, that's wood-fired pizza oven. It's just a really cool thing. If you got the space for it, it's a lot better than putting in some cesspool little wading pool thing where all the neighborhood kids come and urinate in and you go, oh, lovely, oh yeah, embrace the pizza oven,
You got to have somewhere to trap the bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't quite get it. I don't quite get it.
Yeah, I like it, but I do understand.
I
like,
love the idea of it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a commitment, but at the same time, like in my area, these kind of things are so popular that you can buy a metal prefab, just like a barbecue, but it's a wood-fired pizza oven. So instead of having to do this brickwork and all that stuff, you can just put one out there, right? And it's pretty cool.
Well, they had them down the Lidl down the road in the supermarket. Yeah. Oh, they're like 50, 60 quid or something like that.
Yeah. I went and bought one of those things where you have the propane burner that's a circle and you get this really big pot, and it's supposed to be for those deep fried turkeys or whatever, but I'm not doing that. But what we do is we do like, corn and potatoes. And then the other neighbor does some burgers and hot dogs for the kids. And a couple other neighbors do like, steaks and stuff. And we get like 5 families and have these big outdoor, evenings in summer and stuff. And it's really cool. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So that's great because everyone's just not,
yeah,
using one bag of fuel as opposed to
right, and you got like 8 adults that are arguably in different levels of drunkenness, and you got like 15 kids running around, but it's awesome, right?
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense and a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then I take my
community.
I have an LED video projector, a cheaper one, like $380 or whatever. And we take it outside in summer, and the kids have like a drive-in movie night where they get their blankies and sit on the grass and whatnot, and we beam it onto the side of the townhouse complex, and it's great. Yeah. And when everybody shoulders the load and whatnot, all the parents only put in what you would pay to have, a normal supper with your kids, but they all get to have an evening, and it's great fun, Yeah.
Yeah, I miss that kind of community spirit sort of stuff.
Yeah. It's the one really good thing about where I live, right? It's slightly subsidized. I'm on disability and my son's on the autism spectrum, so we fit right into the program. And because of that, everybody around us has children. So it's this, everybody helps look out. We're doing a thing right now. I finally talked to enough of the neighbors to get them on board. But if everybody had the guest network of their Wi-Fi router, their modem from the internet company set to the same username and password, the children with their little, phones and devices and stuff as they run around, they don't have a real connection, but they would be connected. Right? And it would be really beneficial to the parents and stuff. Right? So we're all setting that up finally. Just got to hope that, one person doesn't give it out to their friend that hasn't had a real address in 2 years, and you always catch them at 3 a.m. hiding in the park where the swings are, to use the internet, right? Yeah. But me, I've if somebody tries to do that around here, it's not going to work out well. I don't deal with that.
It's kind of weird to think, we're talking about a day, the modern day where your children have to be connected to the internet. Back in the day when we were kids, we didn't even have a bloody phone next to us to call our parents.
My son has a watch that monitors him for seizures and is connected, so I can call him, I can track him, and oh my God, it's amazing, right? Actually, that watch was pretty expensive, but you remember, Dunk? Because you brought up that I really needed it because he was like starting to have seizures, right? The community helped me buy that, and it's been a God-like thing in my life ever since. Holy.
Yeah, but I have to bring these things up because you'll tell me, and we go on a live show, and you just got blah, 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 blah. No,
I just save up for them.
I've got to come in and say, look, fucking Dick needs this out.
Yeah, but it's the Canadian thing.
Somebody has to come in and help people out.
Well, I had to tell people about you and the roof fund because you wouldn't do it, right? You Brits are a lot like us Canadians. It's not like, when do you ever hear us go, please like and subscribe to the channel, except for way at the end of the credits, right? No, but only way at the end in the credits, I can't do that, It's not natural to me,
But, while we bring it up, please like and subscribe.
Oh, shut up.
No.
Do it in the credits. People will do that if they like. I know that a lot of people, with YouTube and the videos being thrown at you, and people say, hey, like and subscribe, and you go, okay, but don't be programmed. Do it because you want to. Don't do it in the beginning when they tell you. Do it at the end of the video when they've earned it.
Yeah, we've actually finished it. That was always the funny thing is you get someone to start a video saying, "Yeah, please like the video." I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, exactly. I can't stand that.
Get a chance.
Yeah, smash that button. But if I do, I can't hit it for other people. It's ruined. Yeah.
You can unsmash it after later.
Yeah. Mark Snyder in the chat made that comment. But dumb. Hate that stuff. Or when people get into that douche tuber area. Yo, we're back with another video. Oh my god.
That sounds just like us. Aren't we douche tubers in a slightly different way?
No. I haven't dated in a while, so it's not a thing I have to involve myself in.
I didn't know that was a regulation.
Okay, we're gonna have to rename this stream. How many people can we offend in one live stream?
I thought you were going to say we should rename this video "Why Our Subscribers Left YouTube."
Yeah. How to drop members like flies.
Yeah. We stayed here, just everybody else left YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. There was somebody in the pre-chat who said, "Oh, come on, guys, that's BS," And well, that's exactly the point.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's why we made the title. And that's why in brackets it says for like the 7th time, because we have done this before on the channel over on the same show, Pub Chat, right? We've titled it Why We Quit YouTube, because every couple of years people decide it's cool to say that. And when a bunch of big YouTubers all do it at the same time, what happens is YouTube goes, oh, that's a buzzword. We'll promote it. So YouTube promotes videos that say people are leaving the YouTube platform. And I find that funny as hell.
I honestly think we should just... Okay, people in the chat, see if you agree with me on this one. I think that should be the permanent title for this show. Is Why We're Quitting YouTube.
Episode 94.
Episode 8, episode 9, episode 10. Yeah. I think it's brilliant. I love it.
Why we're still quitting YouTube. Yeah.
and why you should too.
Okay, you know what, Dunk? A lot of people are agreeing with you on this. So, okay. So, Pub Chat will now be Why We're Quitting YouTube, and it will just end up in episode 20,900,000.
I'm going to have to figure out how I can squeeze that into the title sequence.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Why we quit YouTube again? Week 7,480.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. So coming at you live here with Why We Quit YouTube. We did all our videos of YouTube for the week, but now we quit. We'll be back Tuesday, but anyway.
Yeah, it's like Why We're Quitting YouTube, the Sunday edition.
That's really yeah. Okay. Why we're quitting YouTube, the Sunday edition, episode 27. There we go. Okay. That it's been retitled. That's what we're doing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And in the future, if one of your more favorite, bigger YouTubers does a "Why I'm Quitting YouTube" video, you can just tag our videos and said, "Yeah, been there, done that."
Yeah. Saying this 400 times so far.
Exactly. Yeah. You're behind.
The only problem with it is if we actually had to do a video of why we're quitting YouTube, no one would believe us.
Exactly. Yeah.
No. Seriously, we are quitting YouTube. No, shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we'll see you next. No, we're quitting. No. Shut. Just stop being silly.
Yeah. We have a show tomorrow, so I'm quitting for about 17 hours.
Oh look, they deleted their channel, everything. I don't believe it. Don't believe them. They'll be back.
Yeah. Imagine if you could just turn it off and turn it on just as a joke in the controls. If you did that, you'd be fucked, right? But
I remember back in the day, people used to do that sort of thing. They'd literally hide all their videos.
Yeah.
And wasn't there a point where you could actually?
Yeah, you could
switch off your channel.
No, but you could hide all and stuff, right? It was very easy back then. Now that they caught on that's a dramatic thing to do, you have to do it individually. So if you have like 700 videos, you literally have to get a babysitter and sit down and, work all night, right?
I'm sure there was a point where you could just literally hide your channel entirely.
Yeah,
and then
not
bring
now.
It back again.
No. Yeah, that was before me as a creator anyway, because you can't do that now.
Yeah, I'm sure I remember something like that.
But I'm not exactly the most old school creator. I mean, really, I've only been around, 4 years, 4.5 years or something,
Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing it for God knows how many years.
About 6 years longer than me, I'd say. Which explains the the hairline and everything.
It's quite funny because some of my older videos, you get sometimes you get a message, or a comment on them, and they'll pop up in the chat, and you click on it, and your video comes, and you go, "Shit, I had that car for that long."
Yeah.
I still look at it as a new car. What? No, it's like 20 years old. What?
Yeah. I know.
Or I'm still got that T-shirt.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute, that album's a classic. It was only how many years ago? Yeah, that'll screw you up for sure. It gets you thinking though, because there's that whole thing with how you perceive time based on how old you are. Right? And time moves faster or slower depending on your age, because it seems to, as I understand it now, I'm only basing this on one study I watched on a TV show, but it was based on how you lay down memories. And the more memories you lay down, the more you can target the timeline of the experience and stuff. And this is why, stoners will smoke a joint and they'll be in a spot for 15 minutes giggling and laughing, and they'll feel like they've been there for like an hour. And it's because they can't target one memory at the beginning to lay down the foundation for how long they've really been there. And so the speculation was this is the same thing that permeates, human existence on how we perceive time as we're growing up. It moves faster, it moves slower, depending on age and stuff, right? It was pretty cool.
I mean, the years just like seem to be whizzing by at my age.
Yeah.
So are you saying I'm not smoking enough pot?
No, that's actually right on track.
It would just like, it would just level things out a bit.
Yeah, because when you're a kid, a summer break seems forever. But when you're like 55, 60 years old or whatever, summer goes by as fast as you can go, thank God I wasn't shoveling fucking snow for 3 months or whatever. You know what I mean? And then boom, it's gone. Yeah. Now, it's an interesting thing. Perception isn't so like when you go to Einstein's thing with the train. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but I'll give this a really brief one because this one blows my mind. I love this, right? So let's say you're on a train that's doing 100 mile an hour. I don't know. I'm not a train guy, right? But, bear with me.
Yeah. The numbers are all right.
Yeah. So it's doing 100 mile an hour. So you're in a train car and you got one person on the end of the train car on the left. You got one person that's on the end of the train car on the right? And they're the exact distance to a dude in the middle. So if both people light their lighters at the exact same moment, the person in the middle sees the light hit them in super slow mode because of the speed of light, right? At the exact same time because the distance is the same. But if you're on the platform of the train stop and the train is blasting by at 100 miles an hour, how does it look to the observer on the platform as the train goes by? Well, the dude in the middle lights his lighter, and because the train is moving from one side to the other, the light has a shorter distance to move in the distance the train is going towards than it does from the distance the train was coming from because it's stretching the distance as it moves, right? So to the person on the platform watching, the person in the direction of movement, their light beam hits the person in the center before the one behind. And yet, both perceptions of that event in time are actually correct. That's some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I was talking about earlier pre-show that my brain hurts from doing scripting.
Yeah.
And then Dick brings this shit to me.
Now, yeah. But it's true.
My brain hurts again.
Right? But it's true if you think about it. Both are correct, and yet they don't reconcile with the same information. Now, it's really fucked up, man.
Won't it be amazing in the future when you don't even have to think about it, because there will be a camera that can shoot frames faster than the speed of light, and you could actually film that moment and slow it down and show it happening in the real world.
But if you do, the people on the train will see the light hit at the exact same time in the center.
Well, they have a camera too.
Right. But if you do slow it down with a speed of light camera, the person on the train in the middle will see the light hit them at the same time. The person on the side, on the platform, will see the light from the front of the train hit first. And yet the same event happened in real time. I love that. I just... that's just, it's true, and yet it's screwed up. I know science is definitely worth,
Einstein absolutely loved his thought experiments on all these sort of levels, it's just incredible.
Yeah. And the thing about thought experiment, you might think you can do them, but you have to take the actual laws of physics into account when doing them. And armchair physics rarely, foots the bill. That's the problem with a lot of these YouTube videos we were talking about earlier, right? you get this concaved Earth theory, or that goddamn Moonfall movie. Oh my God.
Have you watched it yet?
I watched that movie and I still can't scrub it from the insides of my eyelids when I go to bed. It haunts me, right? It's like Freddy Krueger, like with bunny teeth, just going,
Now, the thing is, what's funny about that film is I can't remember whether I've watched it or not, because I know it came up on Amazon Prime, and I swear I hit play and I've watched it. I swear, and I have no recollection of it whatsoever. No memory.
It's
shit.
Yeah, it's about as good as a movie from 2017 with Eric Stoltz as the lead would be.
You're really hitting on Eric Stoltz these days. You're giving him a hard time.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
he's the one on your checklist, on your dartboard of actors I'm gonna hit at.
Yeah, I can't pick on Chris Penn because he died, right? So
But you can.
Yeah, but has it been long enough? Is Chris Penn humor now in the public domain because it's safe, or is that still a bad thing?
Nah, if he died, he's just fucking lazy, isn't it?
Well, I mean, he was a heavy dude. I figure he died on the toilet trying to fucking poo shoot a cheeseburger like Elvis or something, I don't know.
I've seen a lot of backlash about the AI George Carlin 1 hour special thing, which is quite interesting.
Oh, the AI thing. Yeah. I saw some media backlash about that as well. And I was thinking, did you all not get the point of the humor?
And what's funny about it is they're all getting it wrong as well, because the channel is like, his channel name is like an AI, or should I say his channel description is about how it's an AI comedy sort of thing, but the actual show is not as much AI as people think it is.
Yeah.
And so they're all saying, "Oh, we shouldn't allow this AI." But like you said to me, if George Carlin saw it,
he would have laughed his head off. Yeah, he would have loved it.
Love it.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I want. So I can come back and bite your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
After I'm dead.
Yeah, from the grave, I've still fucked you over. Yeah. Yeah,
and if you haven't seen it, it's actually I really enjoyed it. It was a good show. It was a good show. It was a very, very good George Carlin alike, and and it was very true to George Carlin.
I'm paranoid about stand-up comedy right now because my 16-year-old deeply autistic son has discovered the Eddie Murphy hamana joke, from the Honeymooners, the gay celebrities joke. And I'm so scared it's going to come out in public. I'm so scared it's going to,
Well, make him watch Ricky Gervais's latest stand-up. Then you'll be really in trouble.
Could you imagine if he met somebody at like the grocery store with the name tag Ralph, and he starts doing that grab him by the head dance? Way to be there, Ralphie boy. I can't have that. I'm really trying to dance around that one.
Yeah. Hey, Felix, watch some more Monty Python. I've seen it. Now watch it again.
Yeah. Is it too big? Is it too small? Yeah.
Yeah, like I said to you before, it's a good job he's not watching Richard Pryor.
Oh, I raised him on stuff that I like because, well, then I can get into it with him, like, old school Rudolph stop motion, all those Harryhausen things and, so on and whatnot, right?
Yeah, but you're not introducing him to Andrew Dice Clay.
No. Right? There's no way to give him context that it's funny to watch as long as you don't bring it into modern life, because it's only funny.
Wait, what do you mean modern life? Andrew Dice Clay was being torn apart back in the day when he was doing that.
Yeah. But his thing has always been, I'm playing a character. I'm not really this person, right? You know, and that's the thing a lot of people missed. But even still, in this day and age, there's no making excuse. You just can't, right? You know, and so I don't need my son going around talking about Ralph Crampton and Ed Norton being bed buddies. You know, I just don't need it. You know?
It's inclusive. That's all right.
Well, not the way Eddie Murphy did it. It's just not.
You're supporting the LGBT plus community.
Yeah.
By doing comedy.
Yeah. No, I don't.
No, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. That doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm not playing that one. No, no. That there's lines that aren't to be crossed. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we got here? Oh my God, we're almost at 2.5 hours.
No.
Yeah. Wow.
Have we bored the audience for that long?
Holy Lord.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Lord, thunder and Jesus, boy. It's a Newfoundlander joke, if you don't know. Well, it's almost 5:30 Pacific. And I do have to actually kick into dad mode again and do supper stuff and stuff. That's real descriptive.
Your pinafore on and your gingham dress. And,
yeah. What we might do is a little order thing, and then maybe what we'll do is gather in the Discord for a little hangout chat. Because I think I'm gonna, bow out and give it up to the gods of I don't want to fucking cook. And he's not opposed to that.
Yeah, sorry. Was it Fresh? Hello Fresh. Sorry, Hello Fresh. Fuck you tonight. We're not out ordering you, and we're just getting pizza in a box.
Yeah, I don't even know what he's gonna offer or what he's gonna want.
Well, what's he gonna want? He's gonna want pizza, isn't he?
Well, it could be like a burger order and stuff, Yeah.
Well, I did burgers tonight, but home cooked.
But yeah, so let's get the mods. I'm sure CF will be first here. She's always got all this shit ready on the trigger.
She's got the lids. She's got the list.
Yeah. Jump into our Discord server. I'll order what's it called? Food. Yeah, right. For my child. And I'll
food or prostitutes. Food or prostitutes. Oh no, it's food tonight.
Yeah, no, he's not of age yet. So, yeah. If you want to contribute to our fundraiser to get my son prostitutes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. So we got $50. That'll do. You'll get 2.
Oh, yeah, I don't even think that'll cover it on Acacia Avenue. But we'll see in the Discord.
Yeah, but I tell you what, though, when he does his reviews on his channel for the prostitutes, that's going to be a great show.
Oh, that's true.
Why don't you do that? You get those kids going around and I'm reviewing chicken dinners and fish and chips and whatever. Why did you get people doing reviewing of prostitutes?
Yeah. Okay.
That'll be great.
The next video on my son's channel would be blondes, brunettes, and redheads. Which is the best value for your money?
The bang for your buck.
Now, if you go to my son's channel expecting that, I'll meet you in the back alley. It's not happening.
Yeah. I got a 5 knuckle shuffle from a shuffle of a bloke in the back of the bins, and cost me $5. Yeah. Review 5 stars out of 10.
Yeah, it sounds like you've blown home a couple of times.
No, you said that wrong.
Yeah, no, but I think I didn't. You got to pay for your cab drive, you know. So here, let's do our. I'm not going to do the live chat over the credits because we're going to fuck that up for sure. We got to thank CF Beauty here in the live chat. She runs the live chat for us live, and the mod team, the research team, and a few other teams that do Black Ops type stuff in the world. We can't tell you about it, but when you see that really cool aircraft looking spaceship thing rise from the volcano to go out and save the world, yeah, she sets the flight plans and stuff, right? And then we've got our team. So we got BME, Skits Crasher, Shayna Caldwell. Hope, young one's feeling good there, Shayna, and coming along good. And PJ CNET. And we got Maya Atkinson in the chat as well. We'll drop the link for Maya's channel. She does a thing where on Sunday, we've gone too long, so they're probably live already. They point and laugh at stupid people like we do. You know, but they do it more specific. Like
did.
Yeah. Did. So it's fun. You'll like it.
Well, somebody's got to pick up where we left off.
Yeah. Well, I just can't. I can't wait to talk to Maya in 3 years. So how do you like debunking? No, I'm done with that.
Yeah, I'm going to start doing news. No, you're not. That's our thing.
Yeah. I should probably do it better.
Start reviewing prostitutes. No one's done it yet.
That's true, but in a good light, you know. Yeah. So, we didn't just end on consumer advice for prostitution, did we?
Well, not yet. We've got to, get our standards.
Oh, I got consumer advice for you to end on. If you're going to make a home-baked mac and cheese, make sure it isn't processed cheese. You have to use real cheese. And what you want to do is you want to mix like half Gouda or Havarti or something and half like extra old cheddar. So you get the creaminess and the sharpness at the same time. You know what? I think that's the first time we ever ended on real consumer advice.
Yeah, just squeeze a goat over the top of it. Yeah, proper.
Yeah. And if his name is Billy, just
back to prostitutes again.
It always comes down to prostitution, doesn't it, around here? If you're a male prostitute, and God love you for it, because there should be more of you out there. Remember, Viagra isn't just a tool; it's a trick of the trade. Yeah, does that work?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've tried it.
It depends if you want to leave the hotel with a sword in your hand, I guess.
I'm not trying the Viagra or the male prostitute, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Just give it a good flick.
Yeah.
With your fingernail to see if it's working. Yeah. Bing.
Yeah. If it sounds like a wine glass, you're probably doing all right.
I was going to say, how's your cock? Oh, brilliant. I could tune an instrument off of that.
And remember, fellow babies, if you go to the bathroom and it hurts, you should see a doctor. On that note, we're out of here. Good night.
Night, everybody. Stay shitty.
Be cool.
It's over. Go home.